What up, guys? DLE Kamel here, late at night. Happy Duel Links 5th anniversary, and I'm here with the post-maintenance leaks. Now, this website link from Duel Links Meta is changing every minute, so I am going to refresh it here right before we get into it. Essentially, they are just dividing up the selection box cards. Also, we've got some structure deck leaks down here and some skills. So let's get into it, dude. There is a lot to go over here. All right, so first up we have new selection box cards, DDD Destiny King 0 Laplace. Now this is a mainstay DDD archetype card that is going to be in the selection box for the next year, not obtainable in the game. During your main phase, you can add one face-up Triple D Pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand, except Triple D King Laplace. Pendulum effect is You can special summon this card from your hand by tributing one Triple D monster before damage calculation. If this card battles an opponent's monster, you can activate this effect. This card's attack becomes double that opponent's monster's original attack until the end of the damage step. If this card attacks a defensive position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. The first target of this card will be destroyed by battle. It is not destroyed, you take no battle damage. Alright. So I would be interested, when does this effect activate? When he gains double the opponent's original attack? The opponent's original attack? I don't know, dude. He doesn't seem so good. Just another big beater that you're going to bring up with Pendulum DD and not really care about afterwards. Okay, moving on. Dude, the DDD guy seems kind of underwhelming. Next, we've got True King Agni Mazoud, the Vanisher. This is a worm. If this card is in your hand, you can destroy two other monsters in your hand or face-up field, including a fire monster. And if you do, special summon this card. And if you do that, you can banish one monster from your opponent's field or graveyard if both the destroyed monsters were fire. Okay, boom. If this card is destroyed by a card effect, you can add one non-fire worm type monster from your graveyard to your hand once per turn. Okay, this is like some alternate boss monster that you're gonna play in Yang Zing. Dude, this is the only way I see that you're really gonna be able to take advantage of this, but fire monsters. Yang Zing has one fire monster that they play 3 of. You know, Volcanic's not really doing anything. I do not know about this card, dude. Kind of weird. And there it is! Blackluster Soldier Envoy of the beginning. The leaks were real. Of course, you summon him by banishing one light and one dark. Then you can activate one of these effects per turn. Target a monster on the field, banish it, and then it can't attack. Or if this card is attacking, destroys an opponent's monster by battle, it can make a second attack in a row. So something PDS pointed out to me earlier while I was kind of trash-talking this card was that a big bonus about this card over something like Levineer is that, you know, it can attack over anything that is 2,000 or less attack points, and it has straight up lethal over that, because you attack in that and then you attack once again if your opponent is defenseless. And you know, in Duel Links they may have back row and such, but that in itself, being able to secure lethal, is a big effect. The target and banish is nice, but ultimately, you know, that effect is only going to be as useful as you can keep him face up and not under a trap card. Alright, next new card, we've got Coach Captain Bearman. Beast Warrior level 8, fire. You can normal summon this card without tributing, but its original attack becomes 1300. Once per turn, you can make all level 4 Beast Warrior type monsters you control become level 8 until the end of the turn. This card cannot be used as an Xyz material for an Xyz summon except for the Xyz summon of a fire warrior type monster. Okay, dude, what fire warrior? I guess we're gonna find out, dude. Next, we've got Apprentice Illusion Magician. Now, this is that support that was leaked a couple weeks ago, and now we know where it's going to be. You can special summon this card from your hand by discarding one card. If this card is normal or a special summon, you can add one Dark Magician from your deck to your hand during damage calculation. If your other Dark Spellcaster monster battles an opponent's monster, you can send this card from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard. That monster you control gains 2,000 attack and defense during that damage calculation only. So boom, a little spicy hand trap for Dark Magician. This is going to go nicely in the Dark Paladin structure deck that has just come out. And getting you Dark Magician to your hand is super good for proccing Magician's Circle, yes, that card. Magician's Circle, Magician's Navigation. Oh my gosh, guys, it has been a while since I played Dark Magician. But yeah, this card is pretty good, and you know, we finally know where we're gonna get it. Now this is another big thing, Bottomless Trap Hole, an infamous Yu-Gi-Oh card, an OG. When your opponent summons a monsters with 1500 or more attack, destroy that monsters with 1500 or more attack, and if you do, banish it. Now, the thing is, I do not know how good Bottomless is going to be in this meta. Let's look at some of the pros and the cons. Bottomless is not targeting destruction. However, it does require the monster to first be destroyed before you're able to banish it. So cards like, you know, Bloom Diva, you know, that say they cannot be destroyed, they are still going to get out of an interaction like this. Cannot be destroyed by battle or artifact. So yes, it cannot even be destroyed by Bottomless to begin with. One thing I am curious of is the Pendulum interaction with this card. I've never played this card with Pendulums in TCG, so I kind of don't know how it works. If you pen summon 3 of 1500 or higher, do they all get destroyed and then banish if you activate Bottomless on them? Let me know in the comments. You can teach me a thing or two. But Bottomless, it's going to be another really good trap. Is it going to be necessary for you to grab in the selection box before it becomes available to box? I don't know about that, dude. I think you're going to have to wait and see. I think this is definitely something you're going to hold out for if this is what you're looking for in the selection box. Although it is a really heavy hitter, you know, at first glance. I would just consider how good it's going to be. But look in the tournaments, dude. That's where you're going to see how used Bottomless Trap Hole is this week. Next, we've got Pendulum Reborn. Which will summon 1 face-up Pendulum monster from your extra deck, or 1 Pendulum monster from your graveyard. And yeah, these Reborn cards, they never really catch on. Next, we've got interesting Synchro, Infernity Doom Archfiend. This is a level 6, 1 tutor plus non-tutor. It's generic. Once per turn, you can target 1 face-up card on the field. Negate its effects until the end of the turn. Then, if you have no cards in your hand, you can destroy it. While you have no cards in your hand, if this card battles an opponent's monster, any battle damage this card inflicts to your opponent is doubled. A Dark Synchro monster that was summoned using this card as material can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. Oh my gosh. This is actually really insane for Infernity. So first of all, you're going to negate 1 monster's effect, so anything that's problematic, Bloom Diva, whatever, you can get rid of it, and then boom, you destroy it if you have no cards in your hand. The next part about this is not so much the double battle damage, but the next thing is a dark... Ooh, okay, never mind. I was going to say something crazy. I was going to say this. Look, a Dark Synchro monster that was summoned using this card as material can make up to 2 attacks. I was gonna see if you could make a level 12 with Onimaru, but Onimaru is dark! Onimaru is dark? A Dark Synchro monster. Dude, your Onimaru with Infernities is going to make up to 2 attacks on monsters. Dude, this card is actually pretty nuts. I want to see people play this in Infernities. However, it is pretty good. It's better than Coral Dragon in most situations, especially if you're going up against a troublesome boss monster. I like this dude. Infernity's just got a really good Synchro monster. Alright, so... moving on, Coach King, Giant Trainer. Hey, Giant Trainer, dude. Rank 8 fire. 3 level 8 monsters. Oh my god. You can detach 1 Xyz material from this card, draw 1 card, and show it. Then, if it was a monster, inflict 800 damage to your opponent. You cannot conduct your battle phase until you activate this effect. Oh my god, that is garbage. That's terrible. What? No way, dude. Oh my gosh. Wow, I'm just not even going to give that card a second read. Magister Paladin, the Ascending Draco Slayer. 2 level 4 Pendulum monsters. Huh? When this card is Xyz summoned, you can add 1 Pendulum monster from your deck to your hand during the end phase of this turn. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card. Also summon 1 face-up Draco Slayer Pendulum monster from your extra deck, but it cannot be used as an Xyz material for a summon. Now, didn't we just get a Draco Slayer card in the new box or something? Didn't we just get something like that? maybe you're going to use this guy with him, dude. You're going to add pendulums. I am interested to see where this comes into play. 2 level 4 pendulum monsters. It can be played in a deck like Abyss Actress, but we'll have to see. And last new card, Die Gusto Phoenix. Rank 2, win 2 wins, 2 rank 2, 2 level 2s. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card to target 1 face-up wind monster you control. This turn, it can attack twice during each battle phase. Okay. Literally only going to be using Die Gustos when you have like 2 level, rank 2s running around. And then these are our reprints. Rescue Rabbit, which saw no notable play in the last year. Infernity Archfiend, which also saw no notable play. DD Crow, a nice tech. Tuning Tenki, that's a good reprint. And then DDDs and Roach. Yeah, dude, this selection box is really weird, dude. I thought that there would be more. Let me do a refresh, see if they added anything, but I definitely thought that there would be more of a complete archetype added as reprints. This is definitely not what I had expected. Kind of just like bits and bobs. Maybe they're going to reprint some of the lower rarity stuff for Infernities, but I don't know. I'm not really feeling the selection box. We're definitely all in for the new cards here because some of these cards here have come out considerably early. You can see here, Infernity Archfiend released on July 30th, 2020. A lot of these cards actually came out in 2020. You know, all of DDDs here, and then Infernity Archfiend, Rescue Rabbit. These are some pretty old reprints. You know, I thought some of the reprints we were going to be getting were from the last year of Duel Links, not the last 2 years, but alas, we take what we can get. Now let's move on to these skills here. These are pretty cool. We have the name of the structure deck, Sword of Paladin EX. Next, Destiny Draw, Monster Reborn. Can be used before your normal draw if your life points are at 2,500 or below. Your normal draw this turn will be Monster Reborn from your deck. If your opponent controls a monster with 3,000 or more, you can use the skill regardless of your life points. Okay, so this is a pretty big clarification versus what people thought this skill would actually be. This skill, in fact, does not give you Monster Reborn from outside of your deck. You must play Monster Reborn in your deck to utilize the skill Destiny Draw, Monster Reborn. The first activation is at 2,500 or below, so you need to take 1,500 to draw Monster Reborn. But if your opponent controls a monster with 3,000 or more attack, you can activate it as soon as you meet that condition. So, I don't know, dude. This card being at limited 1 automatically should not affect too many decks right away. And this skill is definitely going to help people, you know, just get their Monster Reborn when they need it, because it does have a very, very lax activation cost. 2,500 is not bad, and 3,000 or more attack, you know, some decks can make that, but most, I think you're still going to be wanting to depend on that life point requirement. And, dude, it's good enough, you know, right? It's good enough, it's serviceable to serve the purpose of Monster Reborn. It's not overly good, you know, just giving you access to Monster Reborn without playing it, letting you play a deck that would not allow you to include it in your deck. So it's kind of balanced, dude, and I will let it slide. Are you going to be playing Destiny Draw Monster Reborn? I do not know, dude. Maybe if Monster Reborn is proven to be the best in-slot card that you could possibly bring out in a top deck scenario according to your deck. Other than that, I don't know. Okay, Master of Fusion Paladin. Return 1 Dark Magician or a spell trap card that contains Dark Magician in its name to your deck from your hand. Then add 1 Buster Blader from outside of your deck to your hand and set 1 Polymerization to your spell trap zone. That is very peculiar. So Master of Fusion Paladin, this is essentially very similar to the Gaia skill, in which with Galloping Gaia you reveal 1 material and you get the other one. Well, for this one you have to return any Dark Magician card and then you get a Buster Blader and you set Polymerization. So this is not going to be good when you don't have many resources going for you. You're still going to need several Dark Magician things. In fact, this is optimally going to work if you are sending a Dark Magician spell or trap back to the deck. You don't want to be sending a monster here, especially from the hand, because you want to be using that for your fusion. You know, since you're getting the set Polymerization, you want to set up Infuse right away. So what are some of these cards that we are going to be wanting to send away for this skill? This skill is how many times is this per duel? It does not say once per duel, twice per duel. This may be activatable multiple times. We will have to see though. So this is very, very interesting. And I think up here, the remaining cards from the Dark Magician structure deck are listed. So we're going to go over those now. Take a peek at these mats and sleeves and icons. They're pretty cool. Alright, so Strength and Unity is the ultra rare card from that is going to be in this structure deck. It's a continuous spell, and it says if you ritual or fusion summon using Blue Eyes White Dragon or a Dark Magician, you can target one card your opponent controls or in their graveyard, banish it. You can send this face-up card from the field to the graveyard, then target one level 7 or higher normal monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand, or shuffle it into the deck. Okay, so I like this card's effect of you get to banish something. However, ritual and fusion summoning takes a lot more resources and card advantage to pull off than something like, you know, just summoning Dark Magician with Magician's Navigation, or bringing it out via another spell card or via a monster effect. Ritual summoning, what do you expect me to use? Advanced Ritual Art, right? Then I only need one Ritual Art, then I need a Ritual Monster, then I need Dark Magician, that's 3 cards. Polymerization, even though the skill is giving me Polymerization from outside of my deck and Buster Blader from outside of my deck, Fusion Summoning is definitely, I think, going to be the way, right? It is a Dark Paladin structure deck, of course. They're going to be wanting you to go for the fusions, and the skill does help you take advantage of this card quite a bit. So, going turn 2, if you start with this and then you make Dark Paladin, you're able to get a banish off with the skill. That could be pretty good. The skill is pretty good for summoning Dark Paladin, and it works very well with this card. Is it going to be better than Circle, though? We shall see, dude. Circle gets you cards to your hand right away if you have any in the top of your deck. This doesn't. So we'll have to see, guys. You have to play them in the tournament. We're also getting alternate art Dark Paladin, right? Yeah? Nice, dude. Also, Destined Rivals. If you control Blue Eyes White Dragon or Dark Magician, negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls. Until the end of this turn, you can only activate one Destined Rivals per turn. Yes, this is one of those weaker cards from the box. I don't think this is going to be really seeing play. Maybe a side deck option at that. Other than that, you know, this is something you're going to be saving on your turn face down when your opponent has some crazy effect monsters that are really going to be really annoying for you to remove. And you activate it at the beginning of your turn, and then hopefully, you know, their board state is still in the same vulnerable state that it was. You know, this is going to be really useful against, like, Melodious, but, you know, they've got Score, brother, so you got to be careful. Alright. The next thing we have is Ebon High Magician. Alright, this is a rank 7 spellcaster, which requires 2 level 7 spellcaster type monsters. While this card has Exist Material, you can activate a quick play spell card or a trap card from your hand during your opponent's turn by detaching one Exist Material from this card at activation. If this Exist Summon card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, or if this Exist Summon card you control is sent to the graveyard by its opponent's card effect, you can special summon one Dark Spellcaster type monster from your deck or hand, then you can destroy one card on the field. So this guy has some pretty snazzy effects that are definitely going to be annoying once they're on the field. However, his first effect for spells and traps are pretty, you know, once again, they're resource heavy. Just how many quick plays and traps do you think you're going to be activating when, you know, a lot of your deck is supposed to be committed to Dark Magician, Buster Blader. You're likely going to be playing Apprentice Illusion Magician, even though it's in the selection box. I just do not know. Of course, Book of Moon, maybe, you know, Magician's Navigation as well. Those will be useful to activate from your hand with the Execution materials for sure. Let's see. And then if it is destroyed or goes away, you special summon a dark from your hand or deck. That is a very versatile search. And then you pop. This guy is a very good Execution monster. A very, very good Execution monster. And this is more of the boss monster that I was looking for in the structure deck. And I'm glad they have something like this, because they desperately needed a better extra deck option than Dark Paladin and Dark Cavalry and stuff like that to go into. So Ebon High Magician, we're going to have to see how powerful it is, just how busted the traps from the hand are. That's not an effect that we see too often activated in Duel Links. But we shall have to see. Alright. And I think those are all the cards. We're also getting Apprentice Magician down here. That's going to be in there. There's no... We don't have Apprentice Magician at all yet? Really? That is interesting. Wow. We do not have Apprentice Magician. We do not. And we are getting it in the structure deck. Alright, this card is summon target one face-up card on the field. You can place a spell counter on it. Spell counter, brother. If it's destroyed by battle, you can special summon one level 2 or lower spellcaster from your deck and face down defense. Alright, let me know what you guys are going to be doing with that, dudes. Apprentice Magician. That is pretty interesting. We don't have any words on reprints for the Dark Magician structure deck. All of the cards here are new, including this Dark Paladin alternate art. So, no news on the reprints. We're going to have to wait until the actual structure deck comes out in order for some word on that. So, guys, I think that is going to be it for me. Thank you for coming out to the new anniversary thing. There's going to be a bunch of content on the channel all day over the course of the entire week and anniversary, by that means. So, this has been me covering the leaks. You'll probably see Rye later talking about 50% off gem sale. So, peace out, guys, and enjoy the 5th anniversary.